She said, "Your friends are losers. I'm not coming to your birthday." I replied, "No problem." Then I invited her ex-colleague who'd been texting me. Her tune changed when she saw the Instagram stories. I, 32, male, have been with Veronica, 29, for 3 years, living together for 14 months in a Denver townhouse. And honestly, the mask has been slipping for a while now. It started small. Comments about my friend group being blue collar because we still do poker nights every Thursday. Eye rolls when I'd mention weekend hiking plans with them. The phrase, "When are you going to network with real professionals?" became her favorite. My core group consists of Mason, my best friend since high school, works as an electrician and actually owns his house. Hudson, met in college, runs a craft brewery. Pierce, childhood neighbor, works as a firefighter. Camden, former college roommate, makes decent money as a freelance photographer. Not exactly losers, but to Veronica. Anyone who doesn't work in legal or high finance like her colleagues is beneath her. 3 weeks ago, I started planning my 33rd birthday. Nothing crazy, just dinner at Hudson's brewery, then back to our place for poker and craft beer tasting. Maybe 12 people total. When I told Veronica, she scoffed. "Really? Poker for your 33rd birthday?" "Yeah, why not? It's what I enjoy." "It's just juvenile." "What are you, 22? "It's my birthday, Veronica. I want to spend it with my friends doing what we love." She rolled her eyes. "Your friends are a bunch of underachievers who refuse to grow up. Mason still drives a pickup truck. Pierce makes 40 grand a year. They're losers. And spending your birthday playing cards and drinking beer instead of networking is pathetic." That stung, but what came next was worse. "I'm not coming," she announced. "I have a client dinner that night anyway, but even if I didn't, I wouldn't waste my evening watching grown men pretend they're in Vegas." "You have a client dinner on my birthday that you're just telling me about now?" "It's business development, something you'd understand if you had real ambition instead of wasting time with those losers." I stared at her. 3 years. 3 years of slowly chipping away at my friendships, making snide comments, trying to reshape me into her ideal of what a successful man should be. "No problem," I said calmly. "Enjoy your dinner." She seemed surprised by my lack of argument, but shrugged it off. Here's the thing, though. About a month ago, her former colleague Brielle started texting me. Nothing inappropriate at first, just, "Hey, how's the new place? And is Veronica still leaving case files everywhere?" Turns out Veronica had been a nightmare to work with. Brielle had stories, so many stories. And over the past few weeks, as Veronica's mask slipped further, Brielle and I had been texting more. Still nothing inappropriate, but definitely friendly. Maybe a little flirty. So, when Veronica declared she wouldn't come to my birthday, I made a decision. I texted Brielle, "Hey, having a birthday dinner Saturday. Veronica's not coming. Has some client thing. Want to join? Fair warning, we're all losers who play poker." She replied immediately. "El Mao, she's still on that. I'm 100% in. Can't wait to meet these legendary losers." The birthday arrived. Veronica left at 6 p.m. in her power suit, pecking my cheek like she was doing me a favor. "Try not to stay up too late playing your little games." Dinner at Hudson's Brewery was perfect. He'd reserved the back room, had all my favorites on tap. My friends were there, plus a few others. And Brielle. She fit in immediately. Laughing at Pierce's terrible dad jokes, discussing photography with Camden, even jumping into our running inside jokes like she'd always been there. Wore this casual flannel and jeans. Nothing fancy, but she looked happy, genuine. Everything Veronica hadn't been in months. Mason pulled me aside. "Dude, isn't that Veronica's old coworker?" "Yep, and Veronica's not here. Client dinner." He grinned. "Sure, client dinner." We moved to my place for poker and beer tasting. Brielle destroyed us at Texas Hold'em, partnered with me for a brewery trivia game Hudson brought. And when we broke out Cards Against Humanity, her combinations had everyone crying with laughter. Around midnight, people started posting Instagram stories, just normal stuff. The craft beer flight Hudson had set up. Group shots, videos of us dying laughing at terrible poker bluffs. Brielle posted a selfie with me, both of us holding IPAs. Caption, "Birthday boy knows how to throw a party." My phone started buzzing. Veronica. "Who the F is that girl?" Veronica. "Why is she at our place?" Veronica. "Is that Brielle? Call me now." I ignored them all. We played until 2 a.m. When everyone left, Brielle hugged me goodbye. This was the most fun I've had in months. Your friends are amazing. But they're losers, I joked. She rolled her eyes. Veronica's an idiot. Happy birthday. She kissed my cheek and left. I was cleaning up when Veronica stormed in at 2:30 a.m. Makeup smeared, obviously been drinking. What the hell was Brielle doing here? I invited her to my birthday. You know, the one you couldn't attend. You invited my ex-colleague to spite me. I invited a friend who actually wanted to celebrate with me. How was your client dinner? She stumbled. That's not the point. You deliberately, what? Had a birthday party? Made sure someone showed up since my girlfriend thought I was too pathetic to celebrate with. You're trying to get back at me. No, Veronica. I'm just living my life with my loser friends who, by the way, all showed up. Unlike you. She started crying. Angry tears. This is about that stupid comment, isn't it? I was just being honest. Your friends are losers. Then why do you care if another loser joined us? She threw her purse at the wall and stomped to the bedroom. Locked the door. Cool. Couch it is. The next morning, Veronica emerged looking haggard. Started immediately with the guilt trips. I can't believe you humiliated me like that. Humiliated you. You weren't even there. Everyone saw the stories. My colleagues, my friends, everyone. They all saw you partying with Brielle. So? We're friends. Friends! She hated working with me. Wonder why, I muttered. What? Nothing. Look, you made it clear my friends are losers and my interests are juvenile. You skipped my birthday. I'm allowed to invite whoever I want to my own party. She switched tactics. Baby, I'm sorry about what I said. I didn't mean it. I was stressed about the Henderson case and you've been saying it for months, Veronica. This wasn't a one-time thing. I'm trying to help you grow. Those guys are holding you back. From what? Being miserable at client dinners, pretending to care about billable hours? She glared. From having a real future. But fine. Invite my backstabbing ex-colleague. See if I care. She grabbed her gym bag and stormed out. 20 minutes later, my phone exploded. Her Instagram story. A photo of her at some upscale brunch spot with her law firm friends, all posed, filtered, fake smiles. Caption, surround yourself with people who elevate you, not drag you down. Some of us have standards, petty, but whatever. Then Brielle texted, LMFAO. Did you see what she posted? Girl is pressed. Yeah, she's big mad. Want to hear something funny? That client dinner she had? My friend Grace was at Morton's last night. Said Veronica showed up for 20 minutes, got drunk, and spent the whole time checking Instagram. Left with some senior partner named Brad. I stared at the message. She left with someone. According to Grace, they were pretty cozy. Everything clicked. The distance, the criticism, the contempt for my friends. She'd been setting up her exit strategy, making me the bad guy, so when she eventually left for someone better, she'd be the victim upgrading from her loser boyfriend. Thanks for telling me. You okay? Actually, yeah. Everything makes sense now. That night, Veronica came home late. Acted like nothing happened, but I noticed she'd changed her relationship status on Facebook to, it's complicated. I changed mine to single. Veronica lost her absolute mind when she saw the relationship status change. What the hell is this? She shoved her phone in my face. Accurate. We didn't break up. We did the moment you called my friends losers and skipped my birthday to flirt with Brad. Her face went pale. I don't know any. Grace was at Morton's. Saw you leave with him. The tears started immediately. It wasn't like that. We just shared an Uber. To where? Silence. That's what I thought. We're done, Veronica. You can stay until you find a place, but we're over. She exploded. You're seriously breaking up with me over one comment about your stupid friends? No, I'm breaking up with you because you're a snob who's been emotionally cheating while trying to make me feel worthless. Emotionally cheating? You invited my ex-colleague to our place. To a party with 12 other people after you declined to come. She grabbed her phone, furious typing. 5 minutes later, she showed me her screen. A Venmo request to me for $2,047. What the hell is this? My half of everything I've paid since we moved in. Utilities, groceries, the sectional, the coffee table. If you're kicking me out, you're buying me out. Veronica, we split everything equally. You don't get a refund on living expenses because we broke up. Then I'm not leaving. Fine, but I'm living my life, and that includes having my friends over whenever I want. She smirked. We'll see about that. The next 4 days were psychological warfare. She'd blast meditation music at 3 a.m. for her anxiety. She'd cook elaborate meals using all my groceries, then leave the dishes. She'd have loud phone conversations about how some people just can't handle successful women and how it's so hard dating down. But the real escalation came Thursday, poker night. She texted me at work. Having some colleagues over tonight. Hope that's okay. I knew it was a trap, but I didn't care. Cool, my friends will be here at 7 for poker night. Perfect, mine too. I arrived home at 6:30 to find Veronica had rearranged the entire living room. Our poker table was pushed against the wall. She'd set up a wine and cheese station. What's this? Oh, I'm hosting a professional networking mixer. Very sophisticated, you understand? 8 of her most pretentious colleagues arrived right at 7. The kind who unironically discuss synergistic solutions and judge you for drinking beer from the bottle. Then my friends showed up. The tension was immediate. Her crowd monopolized the living room, speaking loudly about pedestrian entertainment and the importance of curating your professional image. Mason looked at me. I shrugged. Bedroom. We moved our game to my room, could still hear Veronica's crowd laughing artificially, making comments loud enough for us to hear. Some people never evolve past college interests. It's actually sad, the Arrested Development. My ex used to play video games. Thank God I upgraded. Then Brielle showed up. I'd invited her to poker night, forgot to warn her about the situation. She surveyed the scene, walked straight past Veronica's group, and joined us. This reminds me of when she'd schedule conference calls during everyone's lunch break, Brielle said. Veronica appeared in the doorway. Brielle, how unexpected. Hey, Veronica. Still pretentious, I see. Still bitter about making paralegal, I see. Brielle laughed. I make 70 grand doing work I love. You make PowerPoints for people who barely remember your name. The room went quiet. Veronica's face turned red. Get out. Get out of my house. It's my townhouse, I said calmly. And she's my guest. Then I'm calling the cops. She's harassing me. Please do. Explain to them how someone sitting quietly playing poker is harassment while you're hosting a party specifically to disrupt our weekly tradition. One of Veronica's colleagues, clearly uncomfortable, suggested they move to a wine bar downtown. They filtered out, but not before Veronica grabbed an entire bottle of my bourbon. For the emotional distress, she hissed. After they left, Hudson shook his head. Bro, she's completely lost it. 2 more weeks, I said. She'll find a place by then. Brielle stayed after everyone left. We didn't do anything, just talked until 3 a.m. about books, travel plans, the absurdity of Veronica's networking mixer. You know she's going to escalate, right? Brielle warned. Let her. Veronica went nuclear the next day. First she called my mom, told her I was having an affair with her ex-colleague, that I had become cruel and vindictive, that she was concerned about my mental health. Mom called me, confused. Veronica says you're having some kind of breakdown? No, Mom. I broke up with her and she's mad. Oh, thank God. I never liked her anyway. Too much hairspray. Then Veronica tried my employer, sent an email to HR claiming I was creating a hostile living environment, and it was affecting her ability to work from home on shared cases. HR forwarded it to me with a note. This seems like a personal matter, but we wanted you to be aware. My manager pulled me aside. Everything okay at home? Ex-girlfriend won't move out. It's getting weird. Been there. Take a personal day if you need it. But Saturday was when she really lost it. I was at Home Depot with Brielle, picking up some shelving. Not a date, just practical stuff. One of Veronica's law firm friends spotted us and immediately reported back. My phone exploded, not texts. She started calling my friends. Mason. Dude, Veronica just called me crying, saying you're abusing her. Pierce. Your ex just offered me $300 to convince you to take her back. Hudson. Veronica's at my brewery demanding I ban you so she can drink here in peace. She told my bartender you're stalking her. Camden. She DM'd my girlfriend saying you're cheating. Joke's on her. Sarah and I broke up last month anyway. Then the social media campaign started. Not directly naming me, but obvious enough. Realizing he was never good enough for you anyway. upgrading from boys who play games to men with real careers. Some people peak at 25 and it shows. Each post tagged with locations I'd been to that week. The gym, my usual coffee shop, even Home Depot. Her colleagues piled on with comments. "You deserve so much better, queen. His loss, babe. Level up." Then she made the crucial mistake. She posted a photo of my townhouse. My townhouse that she wasn't on the lease for. Caption, "Going to miss this view, but excited for my next chapter. Anyone know good realtors? Want estas are new beginnings." Implying she was choosing to leave, making it seem mutual. I commented, "Lease is in my name only. You were asked to leave 2 weeks ago after cheating. Please be out by Friday as requested." She deleted it, but not before 50 people saw it. Screenshots started circulating. Brielle sent me one with crying, laughing emojis. "She's scrambling." Veronica came home that night in a rage. "How dare you?" "How dare I what?" "Tell the truth. You're ruining my reputation. You're ruining your own reputation. I'm just not helping you lie anymore." She threw a wine glass at the wall. It shattered. "That's coming out of your security deposit," I said calmly. "I didn't pay a security deposit. This isn't even my place." "Exactly." She realized what she'd just admitted and screamed, actually screamed, then locked herself in the bathroom for 3 hours, posting increasingly unhinged stories about toxic masculinity and narcissistic abuse patterns. Sunday morning, 1 week until she had to be out. I woke up to find Veronica in the kitchen with Brad, the finance guy from her client dinner. "Morning," she said sweetly. "Brad stayed over. Hope that's cool." Brad looked uncomfortable. "Hey man, sorry about this. I thought, you said you own this place?" His eyes widened. "We own it together," she lied smoothly. I pulled up the lease on my phone, showed him. "Nope, just me. She's been asked to leave." Brad looked between us. "Veronica, what the hell? He's lying, baby. Don't listen to him. The lease is right there." She started crying. "You're really going to believe him over me?" Brad grabbed his jacket. "I'm not doing this. You said you were single, had your own place, had your life together. This is insane." He left. Veronica turned on me. "You ruined everything. You ruined everything when you brought him to my townhouse." She picked up the coffee maker. "I bought this." "Cool, take it." She seemed surprised I didn't fight, started grabbing random items. "This too, and this. If you paid for it, take it." She grabbed the bathroom mat, the dish soap, even tried to take light bulbs she claimed to have bought. "You're pathetic," she spat. "I'll be fine. I'm successful and attractive." "And single," I pointed out. Monday through Wednesday was more escalation. She changed the Netflix password, her account, removed me from her Spotify family plan, then tried to get me banned from our shared gym by claiming I was following her around. The gym manager, who I'd known for 2 years, called me. "Hey, your ex is here saying you're stalking her. I haven't been there since Thursday. That's what our keycard system shows. We're asking her to find a different gym." She was banned instead. Beautiful. Tuesday, she brought her mom over. This woman was exactly like Veronica, but worse. "You're a loser," her mom announced. "My daughter deserves better than some construction worker who plays cards." Then she should be thrilled to leave Friday. "She's not going anywhere until you compensate her for emotional damages." Emotional damages for what? "You cheated with that paralegal." Brielle, who'd been bringing me lunch, chose that moment to walk in. "Hi, Mrs. Caldwell. Still selling those pyramid scheme vitamins?" Veronica's mom turned purple. "You little—" "Careful," Brielle said cheerfully. "Defamation is actionable. Ask your daughter about the cease and desist her last firm sent." They left shortly after, but not before Mrs. Caldwell proclaimed, "You'll die alone with your loser friends." "Beats dying surrounded by people who secretly hate me," I called after her. Wednesday, desperation set in. Veronica actually tried to seduce me. Came out in lingerie I'd bought her for Valentine's Day. "Remember this?" "Yep. Looks better on you than on my bedroom floor where you left it for a week. We could work this out. I could forgive you for Brielle." "There's nothing to forgive. We're not together." "We were so good together." "Were we? When? When you called my friends losers? When you skipped my birthday? When you brought Brad here?" She started crying. Real tears this time. "I don't have anywhere to go." You have 45,000 in savings, Veronica. You showed me the statements last month while bragging about them. But apartments require deposits and not my problem anymore. Thursday night, the final meltdown. I came home to find she'd invited about 15 people over for a farewell party. My townhouse was packed with her law firm colleagues. "What is this?" "Closure party," she announced, clearly drunk. "Since you're evicting me, I'm saying goodbye properly." I surveyed the damage. Red wine on my carpet, someone vaping on my balcony, music blasting past, 10 p.m. I texted my landlord, who lived 3 units down. He was over in 5 minutes. "Everyone out now, or I'm calling the police." Veronica tried to argue. "I live here?" "No, you don't. You're a guest who's overstayed. Out." The party scattered. The landlord looked at me. "She's gone tomorrow?" "First thing." "Good. Steam clean the carpet and we'll forget this happened." Veronica slumped on the couch, mascara streaming. "You've ruined my life." "No, you ruined your own life by being a snob who thought she could do better. Turns out people don't like mean girls after law school either." Friday, moving day. Veronica had promised to be out by noon. At 11:45, she was still packing, moving at a snail's pace. "I need more time." "U-Haul's outside. Load up or leave it behind." She tried to take the TV. I paid half. "Receipts in my email. I paid in full. Nice try." She tried to take my cast iron skillet. "This was mine." "You don't even cook, Veronica." Finally, she stood at the door with her boxes and rolling luggage. "You're going to regret this. When you're 40, still playing your stupid games with your loser friends, you'll think about what you lost." What I lost was 125 pounds of dead weight who spent months making me feel worthless. I'll take the games and friends, thanks. She tried for one last manipulation. "Brielle's just using you to get back at me." "Brielle's been nothing but genuine, unlike you. We were together 3 years, and you spent the last year making me feel like I wasn't good enough. Time doesn't equal quality." The U-Haul driver honked. She grabbed her stuff and left, but not before one final shot. "You'll never find anyone like me." "That's the point." She slammed the door. I changed the locks that afternoon. Landlord approved. Deep cleaned everything. Invited my friends over for an actual celebration. Mason brought craft beer. Pierce brought pizza from his favorite spot. Hudson brought appetizers from his brewery. Camden brought his new girlfriend Kelly, who turned out to be awesome, and Brielle. Brielle brought homemade cookies and a bottle of good whiskey. "To freedom," she toasted. "To real friends," I countered. We played poker until 2 a.m. No judgment, no criticism, just laughter and good company. It's been 3 weeks now. I've got friends who show up, a potential relationship with someone genuine, a peaceful place to live, and 0 people in my life who make me feel less than. Veronica was right about one thing, though. I'll never find anyone like her again. Thank God for that.